What's up, guys? 65 Looks here, back with another video for 2020. Starting things off with this small little projects here. You know, we have NNL West right around the corner, creeping up, and I've been just kind of looking at my stuff as to what am I going to get ready to take to the event, because honestly, the only thing I do have that I have not taken there is a Chevy panel truck that was made and was premiered in Japan. So for this show, I kind of don't want to show up empty-handed, and I'm going to see a lot of the guys there. So I started to look through my stuff, and it's looking like I will be building this car here. And this is a project that I had worked on maybe a year ago, as far as like prep work, and this is where I left it off. Here it is. I ended up cutting out the lights out, took out the grill as well. A lot of the work's pretty much done, sounded smooth and stuff, but I'm still gonna look over stuff just to make sure that we're in the clear. Went ahead and I took out the rear lights, and I added some styrene there, pretty much thinking of running a red light across like a bar, so we'll see. And then on here we have Jeffrey's tires, and Armando Flores' rings. And I mean, this kit's pretty much like a curbside kit. There's not much you can do with it. This is just from an old AMT kit. It does have the axle piece for the back along with the muffler. There we go. So that's going to be going on there as well. And the engine, well, I started to glue it. There's really not much to it. There's not so much detail. We're really not going to be able to see all that. Most of the attention is going to be on the body, the paint job, and some minimal work on the interior. I don't really quite see these cars with people opening everything up. So this is going to be more of a curbside. So let me set this aside. And then I was also looking at my stuff, and I encountered this box here that I've had. This is the Click Clack System car. This was made out in Czechoslovakia. I'm not sure when, but long time ago. Very simple. Another like a curbside build. I think this was more intended for kids at the time when this came out, because there's just really nothing on there. This is the interior, the bottom. This is pretty much the section where you run the axle right up here, and there's some little clips that were holding it. So I went ahead and I cut those clips out, and what I'm going to do is pretty much, instead of having this running from under, I'm just going to run it right on top. So this way it's more like a slammed kind of look. This piece here can also be removed, so the dash will also be painted as well. And this is the body. I don't know, it's kind of like a funny looking car, like seeing it slammed because the roof looks so high. But it's kind of cool at the same time. So this car obviously needs to be primered. Minimal body work. I went ahead and I already filled in this area right here, because it's not going to have any side view mirrors. And this is still the bare styrene plastic. But I wanted to show you guys these sanding sticks. These are from, I think it's called Infini. Yeah, Infini. There you go. Sorry. Infini model, made out in Korea. And I got these from New Type a while back. I started using these with the Gundams, and I love these a lot. They're so cool, especially because of this. You know, you start running into areas where, let's say, for example, that you had to sand down a seam line right up here. I could be using a flat sanding stick, but then you're going to flatten this area, and you want to still keep that curvature. So with this here, the cool thing is that this tends to mold to the texture or the feel of whatever surface you're sanding, you know. So you can go like really light, and if you start pressing down on it, it does give that curvature there. And I started to sand down a lot of areas. As you can see, look, it's been using this quite a lot. And so for this one here, this is my to go to, the number 400 grit. I've been using this so much. So let's just say for this car, I want to sand down like the back. Yes, I can get sanding paper, but this is just a little bit more easier. And then if you can see here, when I press down, it starts to fall into and mold into the contours of the back, you know. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit it with the 400, get it nice and dull in there. This way I can lay some primer. I went over to Hobby Lobby today. I was out in Pasadena, California on my way home, and I ended up passing through Burbank, hit up the Hobby Lobby there, and I ended up, check that out right there. You can see that how it did. A little hair right there. All right, there we go. How it gets in there. And yeah, I was just cruising in there. Went to check to see if they had any primer, and yeah, they did. So I got a couple bottles of some gray primer. Can't wait to be using those in a little bit. So you start pretty much just scuffing down the whole body. And then start hitting these areas right here. And just take your time with it. Don't get too crazy. But I highly recommend these ones here with very soft sanding pads. I'm kind of on the fence, not sure if I want to shave down the door handles. Still debating it. Might not. If I did, I would just pretty much just fill them in. Start pouring in some glue in there and filling that in, you know. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, this is one that I'm gonna definitely paint as well. Have fun. I've had some days off for vacation. Getting ready to get back to work. Pretty anxious actually to get back to work. But on these days off, I've just been like messing around with different things. Look at all that dust right there. This thing works great. Let me show you right there. What we got? Let's see. There we go. Pretty much ready. I'm just gonna inspect it real quick. I don't gotta go too crazy just because I know I'm gonna lay that first coat of primer, and then right after that dries, I'm gonna really analyze the body, check it over, and then it's gonna really tell me like what's going on, what flaws or what areas need to be corrected in this car, and go from there. It should be a fun little build. Let's hit it one more time right here. It's a little shiny. They also make these Infini makes these like solid precision sticks. These are also cool too. I haven't tried them on the models, only on the Gundams. They work great for that. But so I'm gonna wash this, get it nice and dry, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot some primer on this. Still got the wrapping on there. Cool. We'll be back. All right. Peace.